Welcome back to the Inside Out Shift, the show where we go behind the polished bios and into the real stories of women who've left corporate life or 9 to 5 to build something bold, meaningful, and fully their own. I'm Evgenia Baikova, your host and business mindset strategist. I work with women who've left corporate careers to build businesses that feel good and actually work by reconnecting with their strengths, simplifying their offer and strategy, and finally leading in a way that fits them. And today, I am sitting together with Michelle Thames, social media strategist, content creator, and the co founder of Thames Media Solutions. And together with her husband, she helps purpose driven brands grow their visibility with strategy, soul, and real results. And Michelle's journey is anything but ordinary. She went from being unexpectedly laid off to becoming a thriving business owner, speaker, and go to expert in the digital marketing space. And her story is filled with lessons about betting on yourself, building visibility, and redefining success on your own terms. So let's dive in. Michelle, welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here today.
Wonderful. Um, in our previous conversation, you called your journey from fired to thriving. What helped you bet on yourself instead of going back to 9 to 5? And what made that moment different?
Yeah, I think being fired and just something being taken away from me, just with me not knowing, it was just something that I've never experienced. Went to school, got a job like they say do, right? You go to school, you go to college. I got my master's degree, and then I worked in healthcare, and then just suddenly this area that I thought that I wanted to go into was taken away. And so at the same time, I also had a side hustle. I started a blog all about my natural hair journey. And so I was a beauty and lifestyle blogger connecting in that way. And so I felt that I had something to fall back on. And so I said, you know what? Like, I don't have to continue to go down this path that maybe was set for me, but it wasn't something that I really wanted or desired. And I can bet on myself and I can, do things that I actually enjoy and make money from. Because I mean, I don't grow up with a family of entrepreneurs. So I didn't have a background of even
Mhm.
knowing anything about entrepreneurship. So I think it was that leap that just, that being taken away that just pushed me forward.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you for this answer. And your business is built around visibility, right? So you're helping women show up boldly and get seen. So, what do you say to someone who is terrified of putting themselves out there? We know there are so many of us like that, especially with that, what will they think voice in the back of their mind?
Yeah, I think it definitely takes a mindset shift. We have to say, okay, if I have this thing or this mission, right? I want to say mission because I feel like women, we have missions and we have stories that we want to tell to help other people. And if you want to put it out there, it can be in your way. It could be through a podcast. It doesn't have to be in video format if you don't want to do that.
Mhm.
That's how I like to tell my clients to approach things. When you're looking at the different social media platforms, it can feel overwhelming. There's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook,
Oh, yeah.
YouTube, Threads, all the things, but the way that you do things and way that you share your business should be unique to you, and you should really
Mhm.
enjoy the platform. There's so many of them that you can use and leverage when it comes to visibility and marketing for your business. It doesn't have to be like what everybody else is doing. It
Mhm.
can simply be your way. And so just that mindset shift of what will somebody think, but your potential clients and customers and the people who want to hear your story, or if you're an author, want to buy your book, you can change lives, right,
Mhm.
with something that you create. So just thinking about it in that way and saying, well, I really don't care what anyone else says because I like to say that like that is their problem. If they like have anything to say with what I'm doing, I feel
Mhm.
like that's someone else's problem and not mine. So I've read tons of books and all the things and mindset and really work on my mindset a lot. But I think that, like you said, that's the major thing, thinking that, oh, what will people say? Right. So Yeah.
Yeah, and that's interesting thing. Just today in the morning, I had a conversation with a business owner, a woman who actually owns the cybersecurity company. So cybersecurity sounds very, very heavy to so many people. And she shared her story that she was so shy to share on social media what she is doing, but then she realized that well, she needs to educate people first and then help them to overcome the challenges that they are facing in their organizations, and that helped her to become more visible. So now she's on stages teaching women how to get help and how to get the help, not just for themselves but also how to increase the cybersecurity thing for their organizations. Yeah, and I love how you were framing that, like, well, just think about your clients. Well, they're looking for you. How they will know that you exist, and how they will know that well, you have something for them that can help. That's amazing. So I think that that should be kind of the focus area for everybody who is service based or even product based, right? So that's a different, like, that's a mindset shift, absolutely. And Michelle, you've been creating content for over 16 years, well, long before that became a buzzword, right? So how has your relationship with social media evolved, and how do you keep it strategic instead of overwhelming?
Yeah, no, I love this question. So, yes, I'm an OG in this social media game. Like, I remember when Facebook first came out. I was a sophomore in college, and you only could be a college student to use Facebook. And,
Mhm.
I was always so interested in, and I said, what is this Facebook? Like, what is this? This is a social network. Like, you can find other people that don't live anywhere near you. I was just always so engulfed in that. Even MySpace, I had a MySpace page back in the day. So many I'm dating myself a little bit. I am a millennial. So MySpace was huge back in the day. And so I've seen just the evolution of social media and digital grow, right? There wasn't a such thing as a content creator, like you
Oh
said,
yeah.
or influencer. We were blogging on Blogger, the blogger platforms on Google back in the day. And so I've just seen, it really transform. Number one, transform how people see you, how you can become visible as an everyday person and generate revenue from the internet
Yeah,
in your home. You don't even have to leave your house. You don't even have to leave your house. You could
it's
just,
amazing.
right, use your computer to help other people. It's so amazing to me. And so just seeing the evolution of how social media has changed, all the social platforms that's been introduced, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest. There's so many threads, which is a new one with Instagram. And it's just learning how to use those, like you said, strategically. And
Mhm.
so I like to say when I'm on social media, I'm doing research. I try not to let it consume me or think like, oh, this person, look at their lifestyle and what they're doing because
Yeah.
they could be not telling the truth. So that's
Mhm.
how I like to look at everything. Like, I don't know if this is really real or not, right? So that's how I kind of approach it. It's like this may or may not be real and not let that like engulf my thoughts and just go for what I want to do and share what I want to share on
Mhm.
my little corner of the internet, right? I feel like I have a little corner of the internet and that's where, my community and my people are. And so just thinking about social media in that way and not letting it, take over your life, right? It's
Yes.
a
Mhm.
tool that we can use strategically. We don't have to post our every move, our dogs and all. I mean, we can post our dogs if we want to, but you get what I'm saying. We can use it in a strategic way to increase our
Mhm.
visibility so that more people find us.
Yeah, and I love that you what you were sharing on your podcast. I was listening it today in the morning, and I like that you shared. Well, you don't have to be there every day. You don't have to post every day. Just use this simple formula, and you will be good. I love that because it seems like you are helping ladies or those who are business owners to create boundaries, right? So that you are not just dissolving yourself there in that social media thing, and by doing that you actually prevent yourself from that overwhelm or burnout. Like you are not recreating that once again, right? Because we used to be so busy. And by the way, this is my next question, because one time you said so powerfully, busy doesn't equal results, right? So And I'm just wondering what helped you let go of the old mindset, all the corporate mindset or 9 to 5 mindset, when you think that okay, I have to be looking productive or I have to be seen productive, and you start, filling your calendar with everything, but instead, how to start building impact with more ease.
Yes, no, I love this question because that's another mindset shift coming from a 9 to 5. You're expected to be at your desk
Oh yeah.
doing this from 8 to 5. They wanna see you doing something, and if you're not being unproductive and you're wasting
Mhm.
their money, right? And so, I think we have to overcome that and say, "Well, if it takes me 10 minutes to do something, I mean, that's okay if I get paid $3,000 to do it. It's totally possible. Okay. There are a lot of men too, right, who they demand what they want. And women, we feel like sometimes we can't charge enough, or if it takes us 10 minutes, it's bad or something like that. But I just think being strategic with your time, using tools like Calendly and your Google Calendar so that people can book a time on your calendar in a specific time frame. Like for me, I only take calls on Tuesdays and Thursdays between a certain time. And sometimes it switches because I have a daughter, and when school starts, her schedule changes. And so then my schedule will change on when I can
Mhm,
take
mhm,
calls.
mhm,
So being flexible and knowing that it is okay, because guess what? These are our businesses and you can run it the way that you want to. There's no like, there's a blueprint, yes, right, to success, but to the way that you run your specific business is different because we all do different things, right? So learning and using the tools that we have, like our Google Calendar, that we've acquired those skills working in 9 to 5 to be on schedule or to have a schedule, block out that time and say, well, between 2 and 6
mhm,
or
mhm,
after 6 o'clock, I'm not getting on social media. I'm not taking any more calls. Some days might be a late day where you take calls. Just being flexible and knowing that it's okay if your schedule fluctuates or looks different, but also setting boundaries. On my email, I have an autoresponder that says, thanks so much. I definitely appreciate you reaching out, but I might not reply for 24 hours because I don't want to be glued to my inbox all the time.
mhm,
Now,
mhm,
if I know that I have specific things and deadlines and stuff, then I'm going to be in there, definitely staying on top of things. But what if one day goes by where I'm just in the flow and really just trying to, take some time for myself, and then I don't check my email for 24
mhm.
hours? So,
Yeah.
just being able to do that and knowing that it's perfectly okay to take time for yourself and to set boundaries in business as well.
Yeah, and I'm here with you. Well, my youngest, she is 12. She will be 13 in August. And, I'm changing my schedule too. So now she's off school, but she has so many different things. Like, I know that at 3, I have to be at a different place picking her up from her tennis classes, for example. And I know that I will be blocking the time her bus is coming to the bus stop so that I can pick her up, and everyone knows that okay, I'm not available from 4 till 4:30 because this is my time, right? I need to be there because I want to, and I like that flexibility. But also I know that, well, I'm picking that 30 minutes from my schedule, so I will definitely find that 30 minutes somewhere in my day, probably early in the morning, because, well, I'm the early bird. It's fine with me to wake up at 5 a.m. and being ready to work. Someone can stay late night, and that's also fine, right? So another thing that I recently, what was it wasn't in podcast, it was a newsletter about us women having guilty feelings during summer. Isn't that amazing? Like, we are getting the things, like, even related to the seasons of the year, like in summer, while everyone is relaxing, but we cannot. And it's like, to me, it's like something similar to FOMO, like fear of missing out. Like, we are missing something and we are in the hurry, like we have to be somewhere, but should we? And also another topic we touched last time, how we women often undervalue our services when we start, right? So what's one belief shift that helped you confidently charge what your expertise is actually worth?
Yeah, no, this is a really good question. I think definitely other people who I've seen do similar things, and I'm like, wow, she's charging that, and I look up the market value and just do research on what, things in my area or,
Mhm,
specific expertise, like what someone would pay for that, and I'm like, "I'm undercharging, but let me come up with a strategy to increase the price," right? This is in particular to one service that I have. I was like, "Okay, this takes me this amount of time, and it's, I'm feeling burned out because I don't feel like it's enough money
mhm,
for the amount of time that it takes me to do this." And then I see someone else doing it for, 2 times what I was charging. So I'm like, "Okay, well, let me try researching, seeing what the market value is for something like this and taking that and say, 'Okay, I'm going to charge this much.'"
mhm.
When that first person buys, I'm like, "Oh, it
Yeah,
works," right?
yeah.
It's a mindset shift too. It's like, well, you thought that, "Oh, this was only $100 job," but it could really be an $1,000 job, right? People charge $1,000 for copywriting, for them to
Mhm,
write your website, people to do people's websites, it costs $2,500. And so we want to undercharge because coming from a 9 to 5, right? You only could make a certain amount of money, and they wouldn't they wouldn't allow you to make any more money.
mhm.
But it's
Yeah,
possible with your service, you can make as much as you want to. As much
mhm.
time as you put in, you can as much as you want to make.
Yeah. That's an interesting perspective, and I think that our listeners they will find it kind of a new thing, right? Because also what I am noticing is the comparison. Like we're comparing ourselves with someone else who is doing kind of a similar job, and you just mentioned that, but also when you just left your organization, even if you work there like 15 years or 10 years or 20 years, somehow you are thinking that you are new in this, like you are a new entrepreneur, and you are canceling all your experience, all the years that you spent building the muscle, building the skills, knowledge, and other things. And that's why, sometimes I see some coaches, they name themselves, well, I'm a baby coach. I'm just started. So that's why my session is $25, which is ridiculous. And I'm so thankful that you are bringing this new perspective. Like, well, you can do that, right? It's like just feel the price. And if the price is a little bit uncomfortable, that means that you are on the right direction, right?
Mhm.
And let's continue talking about the high ticket offers. So you've helped your clients sell high ticket offers, and you are using DMs, which is amazing. So what's the secret to make that work without feeling pushy and salesy?
Yeah, no. I love just using number 1, social media to sell and selling high ticket. So, I've helped one of my clients, she has retreats. So, I love doing events and retreats, and I think retreats are just amazing, especially if you're a women entrepreneur to get away, right? But have time to yourself and be able to work on your business. So, I started doing retreats about 3 years ago, and so one of my clients wanted to do retreats as well, and so she had a wait list. This is something that I also like to do is you can get people on a wait list from social media. So using your DMs to have them sign up for the wait list, right? And maybe you do an open house about your retreat. And then
Mhm.
you can sell from there. But you can also just use the DMs to sell things like digital products. I've used the DMs to sell tickets to my event. A few days ago, I used my Instagram stories. No matter of fact, was that yesterday? Yesterday, I used my Instagram stories and
Mhm.
I showed the behind the scenes of the people who already came or bought a ticket to my event, and then I had 2 more people buy a ticket from that Instagram story. So and also approaching it like, you're not probably looking for thousands of people, right, for your particular
Yeah.
service. So it's quality versus quantity. And if you show up and show people, some behind the scenes, people love that. The Instagram stories is a great place to sell because people get to see I'd like to say the authentic you, right? Like most people don't, they're not all done up in the story. Sometimes showing your real life, like every day, we're probably not done up with all of our makeup and everything. I want to be chill and like, in a cute romper with my house shoes on and comfortable and having a, great time with some
Yeah.
coffee or
Mhm.
matcha in hand. So using the tools that we have and knowing that we can leverage them. Instagram DMs, yes, like you said, is huge, but you can definitely sell high ticket. You can sell low ticket. You can sell mid ticket, right? And yeah, just using them strategically. I love, love, love Instagram stories. They are amazing. So yes.
Mhm, mhm. Well, yeah, thank you for sharing. Thank you. Because, well, I was so afraid of DMs, and I believe that others too, because it's like, it's like making a cold calls, which is scary. But yes, you are right. If you have a strategy, if you have a vision, so what you're looking for and who is your audience, it 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 comes naturally, right? Because you are not just pushing. And I believe that so many of us, we are getting that DMs like, well, I have this, buy this from me. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. You need to establish connection first, and then you are in that discussion or in that conversation, and then you know the person better, and the person has an option to ask you some questions, what you have and how you can help. Yeah, that's about genuine connection, and I love that. We also talked a lot about the freedom. So, and whether it's time, location, or emotional space, it's clearly to me that it's core value in your business. And how has entrepreneurship reshaped the way you parent, how you live, and how you show up each day?
Yes, no, I love this question. I was actually just talking to my husband today. Like, it is about the freedom. It's about being able to just be present in
Mhm,
my daughter's life. Like yesterday, I was able to go to a basketball training in the middle of the day. Like it was at 12 o'clock or whatever time. But I mean, I can take my phone and take my computer if I need to, if I need to check something. Like it's okay that I can do that, right? Because having a lifestyle like that, that's maybe sometimes on the go, or maybe sometimes you don't even
mhm,
take your computer with you, just depending, and just being able to have the flexibility to do that. I think it looks different for everybody. And so, whatever makes you the most happy, right? If having that time freedom, location freedom, if that is what's going to make you happy. And you said something great, which is emotional freedom. Yes, because I've been in some toxic work situations that I never wanna have to go back to, so
mhm,
I'm just gonna figure it out, right, and continue to create so that I can live the life that I wanna live, because I'm still the life that I have now, this is just like I'm in it, but I see a whole nother like, there's a whole nother side to this that I haven't even gotten to yet, and so I feel like I feel still I still feel like I have a long way to go to even
mhm,
get to where I wanna get to, so it's just to me, it's always a process. I'm always evolving. I'm always growing and developing every single day and learning something new. So just staying on that path. But yeah, it's about my family is the center of all of this.
mhm.
I want to be home with my daughter. Like I want to
Yeah.
see her grow up. Like I want to when
Mhm,
she
mhm.
gets off the bus, I want to be here in the kitchen
Yep.
like, "Hey, how
Yep.
was your school day?" and
Mhm,
hear all
mhm.
about it.
Yes, absolutely. And you know that I can feel the difference in the time that now I am able to be with my kids. Well, I have three, and two of them are almost adults, but still, they need you, and not just in terms of getting something from you, but being with you emotionally and being present with them and for them, and just, even being present for yourself. That's priceless, and to me that's freedom. Because also, while you were talking about creating the life that you want, so many people think that we are thinking about millions of dollars or something like that, but it's not the case, right? It's usually not the case. It's usually about just being who you are, and not stepping over your values, what you value, right? And so that you can be yourself, you can be present for you, for your family, for your kids. And it's not just because of money, or being flexible with your schedule. And yeah, it's to me it's even I don't know, more than freedom. It's bigger than that. It is bigger than that. I know that you also build a team, and you said how fulfilling it is to help others stay home and thrive too. So, what advice would you give to women who hesitate to delegate things or lead again after leaving corporate?
Yeah, so I love this question. And so I actually work with one of my best friends who I found on social media during the pandemic when everybody needed social media. Of course, you can imagine like things just kind of expanded for
Yeah.
our digital marketing agency, and so we were managing a lot of different clients, and I developed a team of contractors. And so these ladies definitely helped me to be able to manage those clients and to help delegate different tasks and things that needed to be done for our clients at that time. Things shifted, you know, some women have babies and people go on to do other things. And so one of the people, you know, she has stayed, and we have developed an amazing friendship. And so she has been very instrumental in helping with our digital marketing agency. So we're like a team. So it's my husband, myself, and
Mhm,
her,
mhm,
and we are able to work together. And our I like to say it's a boutique agency because we have a boutique agency. We want to choose who we want to work with. And that's
mhm.
another thing about being an entrepreneur.
Oh, yeah.
You get to choose who you wanna work with.
Mhm,
You don't have to
mhm,
work with everybody. There are people who would be amazed to work with you. They would be grateful to work with you. And so that's how we have to approach this. Like, we're not so desperate for all the clients. No, like, I know that my social media, that's not all my people, but it's a percentage of those people.
mhm,
But my best friend, yes, we work together, and it's just amazing because she also has a daughter, and so she wants to stay at home with her. So just being able to create something that can employ other
mhm,
people, or if they want to partner and join in with me with this. She helps on my retreats and my events and like whatever I need help with sometimes. And so just having someone even like that to say, "Oh yeah, I could do that and I could help," and we can make money together, right?
mhm,
Going into
mhm,
this knowing like, okay, we have these clients, we do this social media, we can do we even started to help other women launch their podcasts, and we've helped them together. And so being able to just like partner in with people who see the vision
mhm.
it's been amazing.
Yeah, and that's the ripple effect so many others are talking about. Like we women, when we are building our businesses, we cannot do that alone. We are lifting others up, right?
Yes.
And you mentioned a beautiful vision, doing less but earning more. So, what needs to shift, either in mindset or strategy, for women to move toward that kind of freedom based business?
Oh, yes, this is so good. We women always wanna do everything for everyone else. Our plates are so full. We don't have time for ourselves. And so quickly in my late 20s, I learned that that is not the lifestyle that I want to live. I don't want to have such a full plate that I can't take a nap in the middle of the day. Like the things that you desire and want to do, you can do, and your life can look however you want it to look because you are ultimately in control. And if you are someone of faith, you know deep down that God, the higher power, whatever you call it, you got you, right?
Mhm.
And so being able to co-create something, a life, and being able to know that you are ultimately the person who is in control of that, right? You
Yeah.
are control of your happiness. If you want to show up every day, if you want to build a thriving business and you don't show up on social media or promote it or anything, nothing's going to happen. That's with anything, sports, being an actress, singing,
Mhm.
reading a book, riding a bike, it's the same thing, right? You continue to show up to that. And so you can live whatever type of life you want to live. And it doesn't have to be the hustle, it can be ease. I read this book called, is it called? I have to tell you, it's called Entrepreneur and Chill or something like that. I'm gonna pull
Oh.
it up because I read this book and I was like, wow, that is really, a great concept.
Mhm.
Chill and Prosper by Denise
Mhm.
Duffield.
Oh,
She's a really
interesting.
Yeah, so I really love her, and I think she's from Australia. She is amazing, and so prosper and chill, like, you don't have to be on the hustle, hustle, hustle. You can really have an amazing life and still make money, even in your sleep or on the go, depending on what type of business model you create, and so I just like to say anything's possible, really, like,
Yeah.
anything is possible.
Mhm. Well, thank you. That's amazing. I love that reminder because sometimes when we are deeper in our hustles, we forgot about that, right? So yeah, and everything is possible. You just need to believe in that. And well, if you have a vision, it is possible. And finally, last time we had a conversation with you, you shared that your theme song is "Round the World, Girls." Why do you believe women entrepreneurs aren't just building businesses, but actually changing the world around them?
Because we women, we rule, we really do. No, I think it's just so powerful to see women just stepping into leadership and really going after what they want, right?
Mhm.
We both come from corporate America, and we know that it's a lot of these fields are male dominated. We
Yeah.
haven't had a voice in boardrooms or any type of tables, and so we're taking that and we're building our own, and we're bringing other powerful women right there with us. And so that's what I mean when I mean we won the world girls. And so that's why I do my retreats. That's why I do the events. We are all visionary. We are all founders, and we have something great, and the world can know about it. And so we're going to stop shrinking and being, thinking that we can't say anything.
Yes.
We're going to go out there and get it ourselves. So yes, I'm all for women, women's sports. I have a daughter who is a basketball player. I know your girls play sports.
Yes.
Women are
Mhm.
running the world in sports too. And so
Yeah.
it's an exciting time to be in.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, wonderful. Michelle, thank you so much for such a powerful and honest conversation. And well, if you are listening and something in this episode resonated, share it. Send it to a friend who needs those reminders, or tag us on social and let us know your favorite takeaway. Don't forget to follow me and Michelle. We will share all the links in the description. And well, check out Thames Media Solutions if you're ready to grow your brand with strategy and soul. All links, yes, we will be sharing them. And as always, if you are building your business from the inside out, keep going. Everything is possible. You don't have to figure it out alone. You can reach out to Michelle or to me and get some help because we have tools. Well, let's build something that works, feels good, and gets paid. See you next time. Bye.